Uh, bring bring Fana in since he's in the waiting room. Also maybe Citron, but it will get full. So
Let me get him in. Now it's the whole 4 people show. So if you just joined in the stream now, this is being the beginning. Welcome to the second episode of my N4P podcast, the Need for podcast.
hosted by
A
your
new type
host
of podcast series
N4S
that I
Fix.
now starting to do, which is now going to be not a promised schedule, but it's always going to be in every Sunday and every Tuesday. Sunday because, well,
Yo.
typically everybody
Why
is...
in the waiting room?
My God,
he's informing everyone, I
Hold
guess.
on, I'll be right back.
Gotcha. I mean, should I move you there or
Hey, 76.
what do you want?
No, you can't be talking where you really be.
Who the hell said I was in the waiting room? I've always been over here, so welcome back to the stream. Alright, I don't know what
You've
the
been
fuck.
in the waiting room the whole time since you started the stream.
Where you been when I started the stream?
I was busy. I was busy.
Yeah, I was also busy. Sorry for that, Millie.
I'm bullying people in Hot Pursuit Remastered right now.
Go at it. Right. We have 3 other users.
3 users.
You gonna take it from here, Prod?
Sure. Okay. So, who should we? I guess we'll start off from top to bottom. So up first, we have M. So let's get him in here.
And this stream's gonna last about an hour, and an hour is gonna last.
Alrighty.
On it.
Welcome, M.
Oh, hello there.
Well, hello there.
Wait for today's team. Motorsports. Okay. Wait. What was the next one? Track on the WC calendar? The WC. Formula One calendar.
The WC calendar.
I mean, I know WC is Croatia. I just I said WC
Yeah,
as a mistake.
Rally Croatia is coming up soon, which is next week. Somewhere, I think, in Thursday.
We
till
prepped the
Sunday.
invite here.
Get the invite prepped whilst we do this.
Yeah.
That's fine. Announcements. Get into here.
Apparently there's a chance of Finland being moved on somewhere in September.
There's
what I've
link for
heard.
the Discord if anyone wants to just join and discuss.
We'll warn you. This it's very dead here.
You don't say.
I mean, so far we
Yes.
only have like 4 viewers in the stream, so it's still different.
Yeah, I'm right
After
now.
all, this series is
watching-
just basically on that test period, if you know what I mean.
Testing the waters. Dipping
Testing
your toe
oxygen.
in. See how it works out.
See how it works out, especially during these hours, considering my audience is from different places.
Yeah, that is
Very diverse, basically.
what specifically is the topic here?
Said in the title, motorsports,
Well, that's a broad term. That's the thing.
WRC,
Uh.
and the calendar itself.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
if we
but,
can't come up with anything with the topic in question, we can always change the subject, and I can always change the title of the stream.
Right.
Mm,
Well, unless we're really gonna switch it up. Unless everyone really switches it up.
I mean, we could switch it up. But
How about
Well,
right? How about TDU Solar Crown? How come that one's didn't talk much?
that's a good idea.
Yeah, actually.
Hooray!
All right.
Yes,
So
Well, we're gonna switch it over.
that
Sorry,
motorsport
Chad.
lasted really long. That lasted a really long time. That lasted about
Yes.
5 minutes, including the moments where we weren't even talking.
TDU
Yes.
Solar Crown. Change the title right there. There we go.
There you go. TDU Solar.
Alright, so Solar Crown. We know that it's been announced last year, and we know there's been news that it has been in development for the past few years. Ever since Nacon, back then Big Ben, claimed the rights from Atari of the Test Drive series, which now we're getting a continuation of the TDU series that Atari and Eden Games started back in 2006 from the two games that we know from Test Drive Unlimited 1 and 2. And now, this technically being the third game, not directly called Test Drive Unlimited 3, but it's still part of that Unlimited series, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Thus far, we haven't got that many news with that game. Last big type of news that we have gotten was last year with a teaser trailer. Now, I heard some rumors probably that we're going to get some news this week, or even sometime this month, in regards as to what else is going on with the game or how's the progress going on. And maybe we could get a release date. And I'm just speculating that it will come out next year because, I don't know, could either be because of COVID or games just not really prepared to come out.
Unlike Cyberpunk.
I'm more just waiting for our first actual gameplay trailer.
That as well.
That I'm waiting as well.
Yeah.
I need to see more gameplay. I need to see more cars in the houses and whatever else is going to have. Because this thing is on the Unlimited series. It's not anything that Test Drive has already done prior to 2006.
So we'll be familiar with it.
And I'm interested to see what Nacon has done to this game. Not just the gameplay, but also the physics. I want to see how good the physics can be. They said it was going to be based on the WRC games that
WRC 8 till...
but I want to see how they perform on cars that are not meant for rally.
Should hit home.
For you, it should hit home for you.
I know.
Yeah, you're the only one here who plays WRC.
We'll get into 10 like later. For it's also around. Well, setting wasn't really explained, but I was told rumors that it's going to be a 1-to-1 scale of some place.
And that place is still unknown, which probably when that gameplay trailer, whenever it comes out, it will reveal what location it will be.
And it's going to be huge if that's the case.
I'm still thinking that
I've thought of an island.
That Africa would be a nice place, South Africa.
Question is, how huge? How huge will it be that an Xbox Series X and S, a PS5 can handle? PC, that
at least 100 gigs.
That depends, but consoles is like, you know, something that it can handle, but not as much as PC can handle with how many things can be thrown at it, depending what your PC is running on.
I'd say as much as my numbers. Around there.
I don't know.
That's a minimum. I'd say a minimum of that.
Yeah.
100.
I don't know because I'm not a PC.
At least for base game, and much going on.
Oh yeah, God forbid, like we get like ultimate editions or special editions.
DLCs, expansions, if possible.
Which that's likely going to happen. Of course, they're going to make some money somehow.
Yeah.
We got to make some sort of money, and so.
Some sort.
Now they just can't rely on a $70 game to sell just like that with nothing to offer afterwards.
Question is though,
because the only trailer we have for now is just, well, yeah, the announcement. Only thing they showed was feet and car,
teaser, but we have not even a cinematic trailer.
Yeah, the only thing we saw was some feet and wheels. And a bit of the car.
We saw some body lines, some wheels, a pin of a crown, and that's about it.
Actual character.
Yeah, that.
Speaking of customization, I know it's just going to be all fancy and whatnot, and different clothes. Actually, like if different men are required to wear certain clothes, just be in there and all. So that's gotta be something.
Are we actually going to be able to create our own like custom characters, or is it just going to give us sets again?
I'd assume because of the technology of like the next gen consoles, it might give us the ability just to create our own characters. Not exactly in the most in-depth way, almost like a The Elder Scrolls Skyrim, but you know, something which is enough.
Something which is enough, but they have no reason not to do it. Again, you just said Skyrim did it like a decade before. GTA 5 had it down. Like, well, we're at 8 years at this point for that game.
And even the series itself had it back in 2011. Well, they also had it in the first TDU game, but not to the level that TDU 2 had.
Sky's the limit, and Nikon can only do so much. But we'll just like knowing these guys, they really not one for ambition, but like take their time with the game. So we'll just wait and see how that goes.
What would the technology? What would the creator editor be like with the thing that Epic Games made? Because apparently they've made something for you can make your own character that scarily looks realistic. And while on the topic, what about WRC 10?
It's been it's been revealed, no, not teased.
Yeah.
So I'd assume that also may have the same physics engine, just going to have some more stuff here and there. So it's probably the closest thing or feeling you may have like just trying to get TDU on the ground without having the game itself. So there's that.
Yeah, you wanna be a rich douchebag? You wanna know what it's like to be a rich douchebag? Well, guess what? Go play WRC 10. Go play a literal rally game.
You can be the richest douchebag over there as well, the douchiest rally driver of all time right there too. Yeah, you can be two things at once.
Basically one rally
Welcome to
driver
the douchebag life. I'm probably the only one here who knows about that game.
Possibly.
Now, back on location. So, we went to Hawaii. One of one's, well, not, you can say, exactly a pinpoint location of Oahu on the first game and the second game. And even on the second one, we went to Ibiza. But where did we go this time?
The second game was Honolulu. Wait,
what about Honolulu,
is it Ohio
the city,
or Honolulu?
The city in the state of Hawaii?
Wait, what?
Wait, what? I'm lost here.
I'm lost as well.
I'm really lost.
Hold on. I can just Google it.
Because Honolulu is a city in the state of Hawaii. Or it probably may be the capital of Hawaii.
Right, chat. Remember, I do post links to the Discord server so
you
guys can
right.
join in.
Yeah, by the way, if you guys want to join in and really join in for in the next 49 minutes before I end the stream, join in on the link that my moderator and also the other person that's talking to you right now, 7-6, join in on that link to join my Discord, and then you can be on that waiting room, and then you'll have your turn later on in the stream.
Exactly. Right. Speaking of, you just need to post a link to the description of the stream. True. There's that.
There is that. Well, so back to locations. Okay, so because we keep getting off topic, so locations.
Yes.
So, as Feller said, we have already had Ibiza and Oahu. I can't even pronounce it. How do you pronounce it?
Hawaii?
Just call it Hawaii.
Well,
just call it
Honolulu?
Hawaii, because I'm never going to say it. Yeah. Twice in a row. We need somewhere new. Because this is not like, we're not going to be getting a Yakuza syndrome where they can reuse the same city for the entire series and get away with it. We need somewhere fresh. It's called the Yakuza syndrome. I definitely did not think of that just now.
I expected the crew syndrome, but alright.
Nah.
But of course,
context,
it's only 2 games that we only been in the US. But anyways, since those 2 locations are basically islands of 2 different countries, well, mainly on TDU 2, one being in Spain and the other one in the US. First game just being the US and Hawaii. Would it be in a different island of different countries this time?
Yes. Like just straight up different continent. Again? Straight up different continent. I just want the entirety of South Africa, or if not, take me to Alaska.
Or
that would be nice. A TDU game that's centered around that's centered in the wilderness, like the snowy wilderness. It may seem odd, but it seems cool to me.
What about Croatia?
You know, if it was set in Alaska, because I found something about what happens in that state, at least in the north side of it, that a certain amount of months, it will always be daylight. Always, the sun is always out for a certain amount of months. And then another set of amount of months, it will just be completely dark. Just night.
Yeah.
Will that be implemented in some sort of way?
If there's
Possibly.
an actual like time progression system, then that'd be pretty cool, actually. But I can see that becoming an issue because I know a lot of people aren't really gonna want to have to spend the majority of their time playing TDU in the night.
Or let alone
I
the
do like
daytime. I mean, there's might be some people that just don't like the sun.
Yeah, people like me.
Possibly vampires. People
I
that
am a
don't like
vampire. I mean, what? Nothing.
That
Nothing. I'm a shark. Nothing. But I feel like I don't know what to say.
Now, for cars,
Back on the-
well, obviously it's going to be a rich douchebag simulator, so we gotta have the fanciest sports cars, hypercars that we can think of. Assuming
We
if
have
they
to
can
have
afford the
the
license for it.
fanciest, most
But what other cars
luxurious,
do they have?
elegant sports car.
I
Well,
have no
personally, I think that if I'm going to be a rich douchebag, I think I need something like a like a Rolls Royce or
Prod is about to
something that
become
is
Russian at some point.
overly priced. Also Russian.
Prod became half Slav.
by the way, I added the order list in the Mere General VC chat.
Alrighty. Next up is the Swagmen. But first off, we will let
Alright.
Let's
them
saturate
finish
the
off.
swagger of a black teen.
Swig.
Exaggerated swagger
Damn it.
of an alien.
Hmm.
The exaggerated swagger of E.T., the extraterrestrial.
And I'll be right back, because of course I can never be alone.
Oh.
Stream takeover.
Yeah, stream takeover. Riot.
Then
Riot.
Riot.
Need for shrimp.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
Need
hang
for
on, where's my
Shrimp.
shrimp?
Well, yeah,
Wait,
that's
where the hell's my shrimp?
Insert good music here.
WRC calendar?
Alright,
Please
I'm
no.
back.
Damn
Yeah.
it. Okay, then never mind.
So,
Never mind.
all right. So, again, about I don't know. I guess about the
WRC
cars.
calendar?
I think we do need
Ish.
some sort of Rolls Royce in the next game. Like that's just how are
What
you
kind of
gonna
Rolls-Royce do
be
we
a
have
rich
currently?
douchebag and not own a Rolls Royce?
What
Kind
kind
of think of it,
Rolls-Royce
has
do we
there
have
ever been a
currently?
racing game that had a Rolls Royce of any kind?
I
Not
wanna say
knockoffs,
no.
I don't
not
think
not
so.
like GTA. No knockoffs or no parodies. Just a straight up real Rolls Royce. Doesn't matter the
No.
model, doesn't matter the year, but just a Rolls Royce.
No.
I want to say
Not
Forza,
even
but I
Gran
don't think
Turismo.
it's a thing.
Not
Hang
even
on.
Forza. Not that coming for racing, to be fair.
Yeah, but it's still Gran Turismo 6 or 5. It's like the car the game that's known for car collecting, and you can't even get a Rolls Royce. Like you have every car in there. You have cars that I've never even heard of, and you have like 10 different versions of Miata. But you can't even put one Rolls Royce in there.
Okay. Okay. No, I'll just. Okay.
I mean,
But,
is the license really that expensive, or is there something
Rolls
that
Royces.
they charge this amount of money, or they just don't want to be in a racing game because, well, why do we need that kind of advertisement or something like that?
Probably the second one, because if they can afford the license for something like Ferrari, they can afford the license for
Yeah.
Rolls Royce.
And after the topic, should we get on to GT7? Because I don't. Because I'm curious to that.
Nah.
Well, before we do, we should probably move on to the next person on the list. So,
Yeah,
M,
actually.
do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Calendar. No, I don't know. Actually,
Matt Calendar.
Oh, that's fine.
just calendar.
Calendario.
Just calendar. Nothing else.
Alrighty.
That's it.
Hold on.
Alrighty.
We'll move them. I'll be
Yeah,
back.
I'm counting the days
Alright.
on my calendar for my first paycheck.
Or
Yeah, I'm
my
coming.
days on my funny. Uh-oh.
Welcome. There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Swag.
Welcome. It's a bit for you. What you got to say?
What's up?
Dude, you're making this awkward. Come on, get to the point. What you gotta say about TDU Solar Crown?
So we're talking about. So what are we talking about today?
Didn't I just tell you TDU Solar Crown?
You've been listening to the stream lately?
Yes, I have it. I wasn't on the stream. I
Alright, let me get you up to speed on what's going on over here. You know the game Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown? You maybe do, you're not, but we're just gonna pretend that you do. It's a new racing game from the Test Drive series, and we're getting a new game, and potentially there's gonna be some news coming out anytime soon regarding about the game itself, the gameplay, or even the release date. That's the best up to speed that I can get you here. So, you got anything to say about the game, or let alone what you think that the next, or should I say, what do you think? What should Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown should have from your perspective?
What I think Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown should have, maybe it should like have drifting physics, like we can drift. Off-road races. Hopefully, off-road races will be in that game. But I think if it's not, they should. If it no, it should be added in the game. They also should add like some drag races, and and they should also add like car parts, like you know how yeah, car parts, them body kits, yeah, body kits. They should also have that. And what I also think they should add, they should also add like, you know how drift races.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking then drift races. They drift races are almost like a huge part of the community. I think they should also add that. And what I think about concerning that there's the trailer came out for like a year ago.
Almost a year ago.
Almost a year ago. But I think like maybe it's going to be like a more realistic based game that in 2021 than the test drive we had a few years ago.
Now,
And
about the off-road races, that's likely gonna happen, like the second game, but probably more refined, a lot more refined than the second game. Since this Test Drive Unlimited game is using the same physics that WRC is using, so it's likely that it's gonna be off-road, unless if they say otherwise, that the map that we're going doesn't even have any sand or mud or even dirt roads that we
I
can
mean
travel on.
maybe like I think we might be able to travel around the world again like we did in the previous Test Drive Unlimited game. Like, you know how he was able to in the old game he was able to go like to Hawaii and stuff.
Go to
Maybe,
different islands. Yeah, that's highly likely, depending if it's just going to be set in just one location.
but maybe instead of that, we could maybe the map might be in China. If if it's likely to happen, we might be in China. Travel to Asia. Wait, yeah, Asia. We could maybe travel to Japan. I mean, it would be good to travel to Japan.
A lot of people say that there would be a lot cooler to have Japan as a map in any game.
Sorry for breaking it like you guys, but like going off topic and all, but they've been also like really asking for like Japan sitting for like Forza Horizon game title. So if they really like deliver on Japan or wherever, then that could just really like bring the fanboys there. But that's mostly for the tuning side of things. I'm not sure at least for the TDU side of stuff.
Yeah, and that also
'Cause-
brings me up with the customization part. Like, I get that it will be cool to have that, but if you mean in the sense that we have in Need for Speed in terms of body kits and stuff on test drive, that's
Be
where
too
it's
much.
like confusing me here because test drive is mostly about collecting cars and just being a rich
Rich and
person there.
fastest.
While Need for Speed is just street racing and do whatever
Street
you want to
racing,
your car.
tuning. Yeah.
And
I
having
mean,
that on test drive, let alone in a limited test drive game,
What was the feeling?
that's just gonna feel weird. It's just not gonna
Yeah.
feel right.
yeah, maybe like the
Sure,
maybe there
having
might be
options like customizing the color, the interior color of your car, and changing the color of
like
the
the
exterior color. That's customization that's perfectly fine to have that we had in the previous two games. But
but body
extending
kit.
it to the point that it's cosmetic,
Yeah, maybe. I
I
guess
mean,
talking about more
I
the
think it's
game.
just acceptable to have the only thing cosmetic to change for your car is the wheels, not aftermarket, just different option wheels that the manufacturer provides to their model cars.
Yeah, just like in the previous
Yeah.
titles.
Maybe add like a little. I think the game's going to be like a little bit like an arcade-ish, realistic type game, depending on how like the older test drive games were. I mean, I feel like this
It's
one's
still
going
going
to
to feel like a simcade because it's still going to use the same physics like just from WRC 8, 9, and probably even WRC 10.
So it's gonna
yeah,
be
it feels like
Simcade. Yeah.
yeah, it's more like a simulation game because I mean like you know how the older games they the game's gonna be like a sim arcade-ish, more like a simulator game. Then maybe story might be better than test drive. I mean, we're gonna have to see.
Well,
But
that
talking,
depends if it's even gonna have a story, which that likely is since it's focusing on the Solar Crown from
I,
what we had in the second game.
Right, the plot itself, that's going to be something like at least I'm looking forward to it, even if it's like unnecessary.
Looking forward
well,
to it regardless because that's gonna mean more content for me to make.
More content for everybody. To be fair, it's a win-win.
I can't
yeah.
complain.
Exactly.
I mean, at least I can get more because I don't even know what to post on there on my channel no more. I might be going a little bit off topic, but I'm just saying.
All right,
I mean,
so the rating. Not this just might be a random thing to even question about or even mention, but would it be weird if there's gonna be certain things that Nakon's gonna add? Would it be weird if Unlimited Solar Crown was rated M for mature, regardless of what manufacturers think of it?
It'd still be for mature. You'd have like
Because
the
I don't
usual like
think
elegant stuff.
there's ever been, from my knowledge of a racing game or let alone any game that had real life brands, manufacturers, or even real life stuff that had real life, like I mentioned earlier, not parodies but real life brands on a game that's rated M for mature, regardless of what the game's about.
yeah. You know how like
Say
the older test drive had like I think it's gonna be maybe for mature because you know how the older test drive game had swearing, a little bit of swearing in that game. I think this one might have that same kind of effect on Solar Crown.
Not
Let it alone.
necessarily. There's still
I,
games out there that have swearing. They're still rated T. Think of like Need for Speed Heat. There's swearing in that game, and that game's still T.
it comes to
And
many factors like uses alcohol and drugs as well as gambling and some violence itself.
And other
that's
things, and
Yes,
which
yes.
that also makes me think if they were gonna add the casino again, like they did in the second game. Well, what Eden Games and Atari did in the casino, and Nacon was gonna do that idea again. Would that make the game rated M because of the gambling stuff?
Oh, what? Well, because gambling itself is a
Especially
Gambling itself
considering
just
that gambling in certain countries is illegal.
that as well. So
Yeah.
that's just going to be a weird thing if they're going to introduce gambling. Will it really pass through certain countries itself or not? And if it does not, how exactly is it going to really replace the mechanic itself or the feature?
It's kind of gonna be like maybe
GTA.
a little bit GTA 5-ish. Yeah.
Some
Kinda.
other NBA 2K games.
I mean, maybe I think they might add where we can customize our character or something. Maybe let it alone. I think the game, since it used to be an old style arcade simulation, maybe on Atari and stuff back in the day. I think they might add it to maybe Nintendo Switch, and I think we all know it might be also on PC, just like how most of the games we have now are on PC.
Though
Gotcha.
it's pretty much confirmed that it's gonna be on the major systems.
Hold on.
Nintendo Switch is a mystery, as in if it's gonna be there or not.
I mean, the main thing of how most of the Need for Speed games were on Nintendo Switch. No, that's only one. Depending on how NFS Hot Pursuit was on Nintendo Switch. Maybe they might add it to Nintendo Switch since the game was on kind of like an Atari-ish, like a handheld console. Maybe it's gonna be in.
Righty, Swag.
Yeah, we
for
got about
people.
30 minutes left on this stream.
You got something to say if I end up switching up?
Sure. Make sure you look out next week for the info, and I'll see you guys later.
Gotcha. See ya.
Now remember, not just next week, people, but also it could be tomorrow. It could be any time during this week or next week, but just
Hello!
expect something this month.
Someone
Oh,
just
whoa,
decided
whoa.
to say cyber drug.
Oh, not yet, buddy. Go move back to the waiting room.
Whoa!
What the hell?
What the hell was that about?
Alright, it's just get off his roll if he ever comes back. All of a sudden,
I
Cosco
see
Vet is not
Slick
joining
in the
back.
waiting room. Why not get him here?
Are you sure?
I mean, is there something
this
that
is
I
basic-
should know that's going on over there?
Well, I had it set in order, but if he says I can prioritize him over everyone. But if he says I could get him right here, right now, what do you think?
I say get him in.
Alright. Alrighty, welcome, Psych, for the first time at the podcast. How's it been?
Oh, nice. You stole me.
Yeah, I prioritized you this time because fella was I asked kindly.
Okay.
So today's topic is going to be TDU Solar Crown, and we were discussing about some predictions about the game and what may or may not have, and so far what we know about.
I tell you what, I never played any of the TD games. I never played any of them. I want to play Test Drive 2, and I got it recently.
Awesome.
Yeah, I want to start it. I heard it's a really good game, and maybe get some perspective on what the Test Drive Unlimited franchise have to offer. So I'll be ready for Solar Crown because I really want to try a Test Drive Unlimited game for the first time.
It's quite the experience from what I'm told of.
Yeah, I heard it's a really good game. A lot of people saying it's really, really good.
Alrighty. Fella, you have some stuff to say?
Hmm?
Like the fella himself, you got some stuff to say because I really wouldn't want to take it over here,
Nah, I don't have
Where is
anything.
he?
Just go ahead.
Right. So it's who would you prefer for the setting at least for TDU Solar Crown?
What I prefer for the settings,
Yeah.
what I want, what the area I want it to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I never played. I'm yet to play Test Drive Unlimited 2, so I don't really know.
So,
yeah.
alright, the locations that we have gone... Let me tell you what the locations were that we...
Go ahead.
that were previously used in the TDU games. We went to Hawaii in the first game, and then the second game we went to an island called Ibiza that's in Spain, and also Hawaii again because why not introduce two maps instead of just one? And the theme that has been with the Test Drive Unlimited games thus far has just been taking place in islands. Islands of different countries. One, a state that's basically an island, and another one that's an island of a country. So more or less out of those islands, that's not from the two that I just mentioned, where do you think it will take place, as far as your geography knowledge goes?
I don't know where it will take place, but if you say it takes place on islands, one place I think that would be quite interesting to see is the island of Sardinia, near Italy.
Sardinia is a good place. Can quite tell it being good there.
Yeah, that can be interesting to see.
Okay, agree. Good choice. Right. For card selection as well. Yeah. Okay, so Yuko in the comments said TDU Solar Chrome Beach is set in ancient. Come on, man.
Ancient Greece.
Ancient Greece. I mean, Greece have a lot of islands, so.
Hey, that could be a good idea. Just almost have it so like the game is set in like multiple archipelagos of Greece itself.
Huh? Maybe that would make sense. But the game will be ready and for mature.
Like multiple islands in Greece or something.
Yeah, like an archipelago, something like that. Have it almost like a setting like that.
That can be interesting.
Okay. Well, for card choices themselves, we kind of like went through it earlier on, but since you aren't really familiar with the game, it already has like it's mostly focused like exotics themselves. You know, like high-end sports cars, supercars, hypercars, things like that.
Pretty much any car that you see in social media, people flex with.
Yeah, that.
Basically, Monaco the game.
Uh-huh.
And on top of that, be a major douchebag.
Yeah,
and
I heard
the biggest
about that
race and the final race in that game will be the same layout that Formula 1 uses.
Grand Prix.
Monaco GP, except you're racing around in... I don't know what should I say. Rolls Royce.
And for the Portman, you race in a Bentley.
Into the next TDU game.
I would have mentioned a Bugatti or a Koenigsegg, but since this is a rich simulator, you have to mention a car that's perfect for a rich person. That's assuming that manufacturer will even be in the games.
Any Maybach cars make it there.
You say Maybach?
Yeah.
Yeah, there hasn't even been a game that I can tell that Maybach hasn't even been in.
I was gonna mess with Seven Sound's pronunciation of it, but
a game with Maybach cars.
I mean, I heard references of it on Midnight Club 3 as content, but I don't know if actual Maybach cars were gonna be in that game.
If you want to count, there is a mobile game. I don't know if you heard on it. It's called Top Drive, the card strategy car game. If you heard on it. It's not really a driving game. You don't drive the cars. It's more like a strategy game, but they have a few Maybach cars in that game. I don't know if you really can count this game, but it's something, I guess.
I mean...
The thing is, though, Maybach is kind of... I mean, recently, Maybach has more been turned into now just the top trim of Mercedes models instead of their own actual brand. But
yeah.
I mean, I guess in my eyes, it seems a bit redundant to have Maybach and Mercedes-Benz in the same game.
Yeah, to think of it, having those two in the same game, it's just...
Look, you can also say it's a bit stupid to have both the Subaru BRZ, the Toyota FRS, the Scion FRS and the Toyota GT86 in the same game.
Well, we got to take that
That's
one
something
up
I have
with,
to question Ghost
yeah.
and EA about that decision.
That one, yeah, I gotta bring that one up with Ghost. At least they realized their mistake in
It's like
Payback and Heat.
no,
But hey, on the bright side, because
they
Toyota opted out,
realized
we
them.
don't have that issue anymore.
We don't have that issue because we don't have Toyota, so Scion and Toyota are just obsolete.
On top of that, Scion has one
Well,
bankrupt or
Zion is
something.
so obsolete they don't exist.
Scion died and then Toyota pulled out. So it was
Scion went bankruptcy, but Toyota
Zion
still has
died,
the right
Toyota pulled
for-
out and took Lexus with them.
And Scion, bring back the Scion TC, please.
They might, or they have, but it's gonna be a
Bring back the
Toyota.
Scion XB.
Gee, well, plot is always going to be something straightforward. Hey, you're here in this world. You're gonna be a big part of the Solar Crown. Blah blah blah. If I
Tess
assume,
makes an appearance. Tess is the one that gets you back into the Solar Crown again.
yeah.
Now, will they force us to do the licenses again?
Yes.
The licenses, what is this, Gran Turismo?
Alright, so on TDU 2, in order to progress through the game in the Solar Crown in that game, you have to go to a racing school where you will do about, let's see, there were
5
about
tests.
6 to 8 tests in each license, if I'm not mistaken. And you have to complete those to get a license to compete in a certain category.
I see.
And my question is, will they bring it back, or they will just be straightforward that you need to own a certain car, or you have to be in a certain level to participate in a certain championship for a certain class category?
No idea.
I actually want them to bring back the licenses for Solar Crown. It did get annoying at times, especially late game when you're just trying to get through it, just trying to basically push through the game. But it's a nice detail to have, honestly. I'd rather, as annoying as it is, I appreciate that little detail. So I actually do want the licenses to make their return.
I mean, at least it's not to the level of Gran Turismo.
Oh god, no, not that bad.
Because I played GT3 as of recently, and, well, it's not as bad as other GT games, but still, too many.
That is, well.
Oh right, since I wasn't here, I missed Swag. I missed the alien.
Ah, come on.
Wow.
I mean, we did, like, it wasn't really roasting anything, but he had his own, like, ideas and all.
Mm.
You know, jokes aside, like, he's cool and all. Right. There's like 3 other more, like, waiting for to just be here.
Okay, so I guess I'm going back to the waiting room.
I mean, you're free to go back to the waiting room.
If
You
you
can
wish,
go
yeah.
back there or you can leave. It's up to you.
But would you?
No, like, if you want to bring someone else.
Yeah, we're gonna bring someone else in.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be back in the waiting room.
Gotcha.
Alright, see ya.
Alright.
But
All right, next up in the order is who? So Pink is up next. Pink Cabriolet. All right, let's get them in. Work laptop.
Now, what do you think of a nightclub in the game?
So, Solar Crown. Something that and Test Drive Unlimited 2 had. It was quite something, I guess.
Was it the scenery?
Yeah, I guess you can say that. But I only have freaking Test Drive Unlimited in 1 on the PC. And I'm still progressing.
Right.
All right. So,
That just sort
anyways, nightclubs and TDU Solar Crown. What do you think?
I think they should.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be now considered a freaking GTA ripoff if they add stuff up that was literally in freaking GTA.
I feel like nightclubs could actually be a good replacement for the actual clubs feature in TDU too. It'd make a bit more sense as well, rather than some weird ass rich country club esque thing. Now you just get
Yeah, that
nice
would make
nightclub.
a lot of sense. And might as well put casinos on that, and maybe resorts, just to.
Yeah, if they put
Interesting things.
casinos in, then they're gonna have to deal with the same thing that GTA dealt with, which is oh my
And
god.
Ford even mentioned about it in his stream when
online
he played
Yeah,
on
because
his
remember,
360.
whatever that Ed and Atari did back then, it's not gonna work nowadays.
Yeah. And I think it won't work nowadays either, because since I think the series is now considered dead.
And the reason why I brought up nightclubs is because of a fun fact that I want to share. Originally in TDU, there was going to be a nightclub, a legit nightclub, in the northern part of the Ibiza map. But, of course, because of the time and development and even Atari's decisions, that didn't end up being to be. Because there's an actual certain
the
building
Test Try series was killed
that even probably
thanks to
exists
that one
in
game.
real life that was actually going to be a nightclub.
Oh. Dude, what if we had a freaking party at a freaking nightclub promoting the game? What will it be?
Free
like an
party.
actual,
Let alone how will
nightclub
our
party?
character movements be? Will there also be any options that allows us to make certain dance moves like we can do in GTA?
Oh god, I want to do a salsa roll. That's all I'm gonna be doing.
Presets, just dance moves while walking.
So,
right, because the game's going to be N4 mature, right? If they were to serve alcohol, would they add some more variety of like drinks?
yeah.
I mean, technically, we did have
real drinks too.
I'd expect it in a bar, and they don't just sit here and say, okay, beer, whiskey, champagne. Like I'm expecting something fancy here, like some margaritas or something.
Bourbon.
Maybe even some freaking caipirinhas.
I doubt they even put it in the game, but it'd be a funny feature to be able to create your own drinks.
Yeah, even in your house, which will be a great idea and decision too. Oh yeah, not
Create
to
your own
mention
drink, then you
that.
just name it. You can name it. You name it like piss fruit or something.
Anyways, I was saying that the series was killed thanks to a game that had Ferraris on it. And I know how it killed it. And I never actually played the game. I'm legit not joking.
Alright, so
yeah.
how about mini games? As in things so you can not just socialize with other people, but you can also just play in the game, taking a break from the game itself. Like on the original idea of Test Drive Limited 2, you know that in a certain mansion, right? There's a pool table, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually was supposed to be playable. That we can actually play pool in there.
Oh.
And you know there's also certain houses in the game, not just in Hawaii, but also in Ibiza that have shotguns.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
We were actually gonna use them and play a mini game with them. I don't know, I forgot what it was, but we were gonna be able to use them. But
I think it's one of those target shooting games, you know, that you currently see in gun shops and all that. Yeah, I think.
I could actually see that minigame as kind of one of those like unique challenges where it's like, I don't know, limited time or something, where if you do like a certain like time, do like certain score, certain time, get a certain score, you may get, if possible, you may get like a unique design, like interior design on the interior of the car or something. like actual leather skin
Yeah.
interior.
Yeah.
This should be a great idea.
That'd be
That would be a
cool.
great idea. And also,
That or something
we
like
should have added
RDR2.
more customization options, like put random seats like freaking bright seats and even put freaking bling bling rims, you know?
All right,
something
for
like
certain,
RDR2 where
certain
we
type
hunt
of
and then we
vehicles.
get, like,
Now, obviously,
ATVs.
cars are going to be in the game. Come on, it's a racing game. What's a racing game without cars?
But
But,
they would add like
a racing game without cars. Let's talk about the ride
But
series.
on TDU 1, there were
Great.
motorcycles, about 7 of them. Physics were bad
Yeah.
for them.
Slayer abandoned it for some odd reason.
And the physics
Maybe it
were
was-
bad for those motorcycles. TDU 2, it didn't have any of them until a DLC pack came and 3 of them exist.
I think it would say
What will we have,
the
though?
right
Will we have
decision
motorcycles in
for
TDU
them,
Solar?
and I think it was the right decision for them, and I think they would not actually make any characters that rode a bike or heck even make a Solar Crown motorcycle class or something.
So
and
so different types of
Also,
vehicles
another
other
thing
than cars.
from TDU 2, I know, but there's certain content in that game that just piqued my interest that I know, that I've seen from a video, that just makes me want to question if it's even going to be a possibility that it could happen in Solar Crown. Like, not just with the motorcycles, but also being able to sail with yachts or boats. Like, for example,
Yeah,
if we were
that would
able to
be
sail with a
interesting.
yacht that we could
And to be honest,
purchase
that would
in not just
Then
Hawaii, but in
the
Ibiza.
crew for the time being, who knows exactly.
Brady, kind of like on running on the time here. Got some
Yeah,
other
we're running
people
on a strict time limit here.
10
Yeah,
minutes
right.
left.
All right.
All right. So
Okay.
next up on the, Pink. I'm sorry. Do you have anything else to add?
So I think I think they were going to add some more stuff and maybe even do some pursuit phase. I think. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. So got a blast, boys. See you later. Great.
See ya.
See ya.
Thanks for joining.
Well,
Next one's on
since
the list.
since Garmin left and the stream is about to end, Austin Man is up next.
Garmin said he'll be back in like 20 or so. So
Yeah, but the stream's about to end in like 10 minutes. Welcome.
What?
Oh, goodbye.
Goodbye, I guess. Like, welcome. It's like, goodbye.
Try to see get it back once more and see if like he'll actually stay. If not, it could be discarded. And Garmin is not here, and the stream's about to end any moment, which is disappointing for him. Not sure what we could just do next for the remaining time.
So, police. Oh.
How come, Awesome Man?
Okay, why'd that BRZ ram me? What is his problem?
That's kind of
Why you have
unrelated,
such a
but
chip on your shoulder?
welcome to the actual podcast itself. How's it been? You got some stuff like related to DDU Solar
Whoa,
Crown. What you gonna say?
Yeah, the BRZ can last longer than the GT86.
No, he doesn't.
Here?
Okay, so he's just sitting in the waiting room to be in the waiting room. He's just in the waiting room to be there. Okay. So
That's not
character.
awesome, man.
that's not Pog, man. That's not Poggers.
Anyways, police.
About the police, I really don't expect anything from them. I expect to get traffic tickets from them.
Same.
Nothing more.
But the way we get them, no, it has
But
to be something that it's actually believable and how we can get police, unlike how it was in the second game.
Seen them.
I
parked
drive through somebody's backyard.
There's a meter I gotta fill. I
Actually, that
hit
could be a
them
good
once.
idea.
I gotta fill that meter, and it doesn't instantly start a chase. I disobeyed traffic laws in the second game. No, I still gotta fill that meter to even have their sirens flashing. Meanwhile, on the first game, I could just hit a cop car and instantly chase. If I hit a traffic car twice, same one, or two, different traffic cars, there's a police chase. Just what I want in Solar Crown if there's ever gonna be police. It's just if we do a certain crime right in front of an officer, like just pass a stop sign in front of them, or pass a stoplight, or hit a traffic vehicle, instantly come after us.
I feel like there are so many people who would complain about that system. You're being penalized for going fast in a game about, living on ultimate fantasy, basically.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not that I know it kind of defeats the purpose of saying that, but still, just to have something not just exploring and driving around in free roam. And if we were ever gonna be in a chase, I don't want to see a timer like we did in the second game, or even somehow get arrested while traveling at 20 miles an hour.
I mean, I like to see a timer. Do it like the crew. Do it like the crew did it.
Well, but at
Actually,
least
you
I
know
don't
what?
want to. I don't want to see like a BS way to get arrested while traveling at 20.
Congrats!
Like-
you drove 1 mile over the speed limit. Now you're being arrested.
See that happening. For the police responding themselves, I would also like. It's obviously expected that they could just be seen cruising around and whatnot. But the ones that are parked that cannot be seen on radar, that are like parked on the side, like behind something. So if you were to speed past, you get pulled over by one. And make it so that it's random.
And still fall under the same. You're being punished for playing the game how it's meant to be played.
Well, point being is that like they can select just like specific spots and make sure that they're like spawned there randomly or not.
Yeah. Yeah, you can still play the game how it's meant to play. It's just they will only come after you if they see you, like if they're in front, like if you're in front of them, or somewhere around the area that may be around. It's not like it's gonna be all over the place in every single road.
Exactly.
I guess you're right then. I guess I can get with this. I just don't want it to have like a GTA style problem where you steal a car and the game actually punishes you for stealing a car, like something like that. That kind of issue. Oh, you stole a car? Oh, how dare you! How dare you steal a car in a game called Grand Theft Auto?
More like it's funny that we can steal a car that's worth over $100,000 and online, and we can't keep it.
Oh, you can't keep it. This car is too hot.
Considering the amount of grind that we had to make just to get a car that's like over $1 million. Example, a Honda Civic in GT Online, over $1 million.
Suit guy. No, it's not. But yeah, that little shit of a car. It's what? I'm gonna say it is worth every penny. The Honda Civic
to get a single.
It's worth every penny. That whole $1 million, I would pay double it for that car.
Oh, and on TDU 2, there was supposed to be an auction feature, where a place where we can go and sell and even auction and buy cars from other players. Something
Like
that you can see in Forza Motorsport,
from
right?
MCLA?
And even in MCLA. It was supposed to be in TDU 2, but the thing is, the reason it got cut is because of the way online multiplayer was back then with PS3 and 360. Because PS3 players can play online for free, while for 360 you had to pay to play online like we do nowadays. Would that be a feature that will come in Solar Crown?
Not everyone. Well, what about PC players?
I mean, I don't know if you had to pay to play online back then
You
in
don't have-
2011.
Well, not even then, but now, like, you have to pay to play online for Xbox and PlayStation, but PC is still untouched. PC is the new PS3 of 2021.
That's something that Nacon may think about if they want to implement such feature. They want to have the same ideas or same concerns that it and games had back then. Because back then it was just because of the multiplayer issue that maybe PC had free multiplayer back then, but also PS3 had free multiplayer. With the 360 it didn't. It was just because it would be unfair to do that. So I don't know if they will do something like that, which it would be cool if they did in a new game. Just being able to purchase cards from other players. Even if sometimes it could be, unreasonably expensive. But at least just a way to purchase cards that doesn't, it depends if you want to have it an auction and see how much money you can gather from other players at a certain amount of time. Similar to what we have with Forza Motorsport.
Oh, too bad I don't play Forza, so I don't know anything about this.
Right. Garden was supposed to be the one next, but he said he was just going to eat at the moment. Anybody else because there's the same 5 folks that are in the waiting room. Anybody want me to bring by at the time?
They all
Not
got their
necessarily, since we got about 40 seconds left, so I might as well just end the stream over here.
Well, I may as well get this plug in. Need for Shrimp. This needs to happen now, and the Prodigy.
I still don't know what that is. I'm not gonna do it. It's like fried shrimp or something. That's what you're getting.
No. Gosh. I thought you knew, but never mind. Right, shout out to my damn twin. Big ups to him. He's kind of dead at the moment, but I don't care. Still shutting him out.
Damn, your twin's dead.
I know.
Your twin's dead, and you're sitting here doing a podcast now at his funeral.
That's just how it is. But yeah, it's now we're just going to actually just make it a proper outro at the moment.
Unlike the previous stream that it just ended abruptly.
Yeah.
Alright, so anyways, thank you for joining into this episode of the N4P Need for Podcast. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment down what your thoughts. Subscribe if you're new. Check out my other content. Check out my Discord server if you want to join in, not just to be part of the next episode of the podcast, but also just to hang around and talk to these cool people here that just been in the stream with me, and to hang out on a daily basis in the server. And we talk about different various topics that you can think of. And I'll see you all in the next episode of the podcast, or even anything else that I might be uploading in the coming days. So, yeah, I'm out.
See ya!
See you all in the next episode.